Hi, welcome to the Resources Roadhouse. I'm Wally Graham, and I'm with Peter Ledwidge, who is Managing Director of Mako Gold. Now, Peter, apologies first up from the Roadhouse, because Mako Gold is a company that really hasn't appeared on our radar screen. We're not too sure about who you are, what you do, where you do it, so could you let us know, basically, the answer to those questions?
Absolutely. It's our first time at RIU. We listed, Mako was formed in 2015 by my wife and I, and as the original founders. We were a crucial part of the ex-Orbis Gold team, who made 3 discoveries in Burkina Faso.
Okay.
And one of them is actually a producing mine now, which is how we lost our jobs and created Mako Gold.
All right.
And so now we've got 2 very exciting projects, one in Burkina Faso and then one in Côte d'Ivoire, and we've drilled them both and got some very pretty outstanding numbers on both of them.
Okay, so run us through the projects, which is sort of like the major focus.
The flagship? Well, our flagship project is the Napier project, which is a JV that we have with Occidental Gold, which is a subsidiary of Perseus Mining.
Right.
And that one we got, they did about $1.3 million worth of work on it, did everything I would have done as a 30-year plus geologist, and it was just begging to be drilled. So we drilled it. So far we've put about just over 70 RC diamond drill holes in there and come up with some really nice numbers, including 24 meters at 3.4 grams per ton, 28 meters at 4.5 grams per ton. So it's shaped up pretty good. We're about to drill it again. We've got some strike lengths of 400 meters on one prospect and 2 kilometers in another one. So we're going to try to tie that up a bit in this next round of drilling.
All right. And so your other one in Côte d'Ivoire, did you say?
No, in Burkina Faso. The Napier project's in Côte d'Ivoire.
Okay.
And the one in Burkina Faso, we're particularly proud of that one because there was no work done on that. I'm a bit of a maverick. I go for greenfields projects. And the reason for that is, there's huge potential for discoveries. And in this one, there was a historical soil anomaly on it. And we didn't trust the data on it. And so we did our own soils. We flew the airborne. We did the, geological mapping, all the hard yards and everything. And we've only put 11 drill holes in it. And in January, announced a discovery on it.
Okay.
And once again, very good results.
Yeah.
One hole in particular, if you take it from top to bottom, including all the waste, you get 100 meters at 1.5 grams per ton.
Right.
So, pretty exciting. So we're about to drill that whole shear area in the coming weeks.
Oh, cool. Well, it sounds like you're on the first steps of the Chairman Mao journey. You've made the first steps of the whole thing, and you're pretty much on your way.
We are, and we're competing, for funds with companies that have a resource and things like that. But you got to keep in mind, the maturity of the company. So we've been listed for just over a year. When we listed, we raised $6 million. Resolute came on board as a cornerstone investor.
Yep.
So obviously added some credibility to that. They've seen our track record. So we're moving things along really quickly.
Oh,
and
cool.
So a lot of that $6 million is gone, but it's gone into drilling.
And gone in the right place.
Yeah.
And I suppose that's the beauty of an event like the RIU Sydney Roundup. Is that companies like yourself, gives you the opportunity for exposure that you probably, you wouldn't sort of get, easily.
Absolutely. I mean, these conferences are great to showcase our projects. I know you look around, there's a lot of other companies.
Yeah.
How do you stand out? I think I'm presenting tomorrow morning. I think my presentation is going to be pretty exciting because I'm coming in with some pretty good results, considering very limited drilling. And, part of it is being able to pick the right projects.
Yeah.
So to get the 2 projects we have now, we dropped one about 2 months ago because we don't fall in love with our project. So we used to have 3. It didn't deliver the goods, so we dropped it.
Yeah, fair enough.
And to get the 2 that we have now, I've probably looked at 150 projects. So you have to be very selective with what you get. And then we've got an excellent crew, our whole top end is in Brisbane. It's very limited. There's 5 of us, and other than the board directors, and all our crews are in West Africa. And the reason we went from listing last year in April to drilling in under a month is we had basically a turnkey operation.
Right.
We took all our ex-Orbis guys, even if they had previous jobs, we just cherry-picked and they came back work for us.
Yeah.
So kind of says a little bit how, they like working for a dynamic, exciting company.
Well, I can tell you that I've been attending these conferences for quite a while now, and a lot of the companies that you were just sort of pointing to around here, saying that you're amongst some more well-established companies. They started at these sort of conferences years ago, like as yourself, as the first ups drilling and all that sort of stuff, and they're pretty well established now. So that path possibly awaits Mako Gold as well.
Yeah, that's what we're hoping. I mean, this is not our first conference we go to; it's our first RIU one. We're getting a lot of exposure. We're really selective about what conferences we go to.
Yep.
You have to hit the conferences. This one's got a very good reputation, for having a lot of impact.
Yep.
And that's why, I chose this one as
Yep.
one of us. We have a very limited budget, and if it's not drilling, every time Ann and I have a conversation about, she's our GM exploration, we have a conversation about, do we need to get this in? And I don't know, that's 50 meters of drilling, and let's face it, that's what makes companies.
Exactly, that's right. Yeah, if you don't drill it, you don't find it.
Yeah,
so
and I invest in other companies, and I bail out of the ones that aren't doing any work in a hurry.
Yeah. Well, obviously there's a lot of news on the way. We'll be bringing you all that news on the Resources Roadhouse, because you're on our radar now. So
Perfect.
watch out.
Yeah, excellent.
All right, Peter Ledwidge, thank you very much.
Thank you, my pleasure.